Hey everybody, I guess we're talking whale bundles today. And by whale bundles, I mean those bundles that none of us normal people can spend our money on. Because who has $100 to drop on pixels? But yes, I know that a few of you are lucky enough to be able to drop that kind of coinage in this game, and some of you are just dumb enough to do that and don't actually have the money. So I do like to talk about them whenever I can and let you make the choice on your own. And what I'm talking about is, where is that beautiful bundle? The Supreme Relic Duality 1 bundle. Comes with a decent amount of signal data, some high-level relic stuff, as well as some of the lower-end relic stuff. And the caveat here is that it is $100, $94.99 if you buy it in the in-game. But once you make that purchase, there is a BOGO, a 50% off BOGO, and you can purchase it again for $50. So essentially, if you were going to buy this bundle, it makes sense. You might as well just drop the $150. I'm not telling you to do it, but I am saying if you were going to buy it once, you might as well buy it twice. Now, I'm going to pull up something here because in order to really understand the value of this pack, we actually need to look at a different pack that came out recently, which is the Galactic Relic Mastery Vault 2. This was a $200 pack with a $25 discount code, so $175, that came out about 2 weeks ago. And I did a post about it, and I did do a video about it talking about, like, hey, the value here, but definitely not something that I would buy. I'd rather have the crystals. If somebody purchased it for me, I wouldn't be mad. But if somebody offered to buy it for me, I'd much rather just get 2 vaults. Right, and that came with, basically the same stuff, but in lower or different amounts, right? What I noticed when looking at the different packs was that this Galactic Relic Mastery Vault 2 came with a higher amount of some of this, like, really high-end stuff, okay? But just really these two, and it looks like, I guess all the way down to conductors, just to about here. So everything here up, it came with more of. Everything from here down, it came with a little bit less of, or the same of. And I was thinking that the packs had a relatively similar value until it hit me that that BOGO deal was still less costly than the $175 you would be spending. And you would be doubling the amount of some of the things that players want the most, which are essentially the signal data and some of the higher relic materials. So if we look at this old pack, the cost was about $200, $175 with the discount. At store value, it was about a $396 value. At my value, it was about a $241 value. And when we talk about my value, we're essentially talking about reducing things to the cost of the 500 crystal relic bundles, as well as negating some of the cost of things that players should never have trouble with, which really are the chromium transistors. And while players shouldn't really have trouble with rhodium heat sinks, I do know some people have to purchase them, and there just are better ways to purchasing them than doing it outright. So when we look at the bundle that we're talking about today, and we add everything up, I've actually broken this down into 2 different sections. The total store value of the bundle is $309, doesn't seem too assuming. Total weighted EV value, which is my EV value, what I explained before, is about $191. But then we double that, right? And when we double that, we get a store value of about $618. Seems amazing until we reduce that down. And we get a total weighted EV value of $382, right? We go back to that old bundle that we had, we look at my value, which is about $241 for $175, and we pull this one up, we get $382 worth of value for $150. And really it's less than $150 if we subtract out everything, but we could do the same thing with the store pack, so it kind of is a moot point there. This is a pack that I would love to buy if I had the money to buy a pack like this. This is a pack that if a guildmate, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, I actually don't even know if it's giftable. Let's find out now before I start selling my soul. Can you gift in game? Oh, maybe you can't gift from the PC client. Well, if it is a giftable pack, hint, hint, nudge, nudge to my guildmates, this is one that I absolutely would not be mad about receiving. Again, I'm not telling you to purchase it. I'm not saying, hey, this is a good idea for you. All I'm really saying is that if you are a whale and you are somebody that spends a lot of money, and I can't stop you or convince you otherwise, this is a pack that if I were in the same situation that you're in, I'd strongly consider it, right? For $150, doubling up on these signal data, I can do a lot with that. And I know Fat Phil has been pressuring me and he's been spamming my Discord. He's probably been spamming my Discord channel even more as I'm making this video, really trying to push me to spend because he thinks it would be hilarious for our TB war that I am going to win without needing this. So once again, without padding this video too much, most of us were watching this and going, never, right? But for those of you that are going to break out the credit card, if I were in your position, look, my spend counter, which has already been reset in the last week, would definitely be reset again. So with that said, I do hope that this helps. If you have any questions, hit us up on Discord. Hit me up in the comments, whatever you need to do on Reddit, wherever else. We have the Reddit thread that does have all of the math breakdowns as well. Be well, and peace out.